23-57390, people of the state of Michigan versus Jaylin Brazier. Defendant is charged in count 1 homicide, murder, second degree. Count 2 tampering with evidence, criminal case punishable by more than 10 years. Appearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ryan Elsey for the people. My P number is 81329.
And good morning, Your Honor. Brian Brown, P80560. Appearing on behalf of Mr. Jaylin Brazier, who is present. Mr. Brazier, please admit, Jaylin Brazier.
There's a date time set for preliminary examination. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
And people have given me a witness list of approximately 19 people. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. Approximately.
Okay. Do you have any preliminary matters you'd like to start with before we call any witnesses?
Nothing at this time, Your Honor.
Okay.
Nothing for the defense, Your Honor.
All right. You may begin when you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, the people call Officer John Criswell.
Please step forward and give your name and spelling to the court reporter.
Jaylin Criswell.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you, sir. Please have a seat and put the spots next to me. Your voice is nice and loud and speaking to the microphone that will be to your left.
No problem.
You may begin when you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, could you please state and spell your name for the record?
Yes, sir. It's John Criswell, J-O-H-N, last name C-R-I-S-W-E-L-L.
And, sir, where do you currently work?
At Detroit Police Department.
And what is your role with the Detroit Police Department?
As a police officer.
And were you in that role back on the date of January 6th of 2022?
Yes.
And on that particular day, on January 6th of 2022, were you involved with an investigation into a then missing person by the name of Zion Foster?
Yes, I was.
And as part of your involvement with that investigation, did you go to the address of 19451 Greenfield in the city of Detroit in the county of Wayne?
I don't remember the address for verbatim. I have to look at my report, but I do believe going to the address over there on Greenfield.
Okay. If you took a look at the report, would that help to reflect your recollection as to the specific address?
Yes.
You're on that approach.
You may.
Thank you. Why don't you take a look at that and tell me if and when your recollection is refreshed as to the address? And what was the specific address that you went to?
19451 Greenfield Road.
And what is, just as a general matter, at that location?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
As a general matter, what was at that location? Was it a residence or something else?
Yeah, it was a residence, just a home.
Okay. And at around what time of day did you go to that location?
It was later on in the day. I'm not sure the specific time, but it was later on in the day. It was kind of dark out.
Okay. And were you alone or were you with a partner?
I was with my partner.
And what was your partner's name that night?
P.O. Sands, but he's not on the department no more.
And is that S-A-N-S, the
yes.
spelling? Okay. And when you were at that location, did you speak with anybody in particular?
Yes, I did.
And who did you speak with?
If I butcher his name, forgive me. I would have to look at my report just to make sure I got the name correctly.
Handing you a copy of your report again, if you could take a look at that and let me know if and when your recollection has been refreshed as to who you spoke with.
Yes.
Having looked at your reports to refresh your recollection, who did you speak with?
I spoke with Jaylin Brazier.
Okay, and do you happen to see him in the courtroom today?
Yes, I do.
And just for the record, could you point to him and describe what he's wearing?
Yes, he's dark-skinned male with a green shirt on with a white T-shirt under.
Your Honor, if the record could reflect that the witness has identified the defendant. is your was your interaction with the defendant on that particular time captured on body-worn camera?
Yes, it was.
And I am holding what has been marked as People's Proposed Exhibit 22, a disc. Did you review footage of your partner's body-worn camera?
I did review footage of my partner's body camera.
Okay, and your partner's body-worn camera, does that fairly and accurately depict what you saw in your interaction with the defendant back on January 6, 2022?
Completely, because we was together the whole time.
Okay, and did you review your own body-worn camera too?
I was able to review it, yeah, but his was way clearer, and his it was just way clearer on his.
Okay. With that, Your Honor, I'd move to admit Proposed Exhibit 22, which is a compact disc containing Officer San's body-worn camera from January 6th of 2022.
Any objection?
No.
Admitted?
Thank you, Your Honor. May I publish?
Yes.
I'm going to start at the 30-second mark.
Can you show us that 19451 Greenfield? How you doing? Mr. Brazier? What's your name now? Okay. You guys know Zion? Yes. Okay. So you're saying her phone came through here? You don't mind if we just to
years of that, where I jumped over her foot and I screamed at her and said, "Out!" So I saw her. Her mom said, Vertex, he also called us Tuesday, Wednesday. He's the one that kind of told everybody cheese. We were at our clinic, we saw our parlay cheese and everything. He called us, called me directly, he called me, he said, if I said, Zion told him and her mom that she was coming over here. I was like, she was never here. But her location did say she was here. And I was like, but she was never here. But anyway, that whole nonsense happened yesterday. Everybody's calling me. I have cameras to show I live and she was never here. And God's told them and said, same thing we showed out on
there. They can then bring it.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's just say that we did. You mind if we take a run through it?
You will be fine. Yeah, check the basement. Everything. I'm sure our cameras will.
Thank you. I do appreciate it.
Officer Criswell, while this is playing out, did you and your partner get permission to look through the defendant's home?
Yes, we did.
And did you find anything notable inside of the home?
No, not at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, it's a lot of weird shit going on. It was weird to me that my friend is the one that contacted everybody. Now I'm obviously boyfriend, or my number, the whole thing.
All of my addresses.
Instead
of telling him he has 2 addresses. This is that one across the street.
The address, his name's Vertex. When he called us over there, Dr. Plummer. This is the address of her location on my iPhone, so it's in the that's directly across the street. They went to the house and some old people there. So I'm assuming she had to come this way, but she hadn't been here before, so they're not being here, so they're very nice. But he gave us this address, right? But everybody else is saying she's our address and stressing on my brother. Harassing the fuck out of me last night. All night. I know she's here in real life. So he's gonna follow her and her career. It wasn't me, my kid. She's gonna do, but she's gonna do, but it's architecture kind of similar. It was, I waited for you guys to talk about it myself.
No, you're okay. I get it.
My issue, I told my auntie this year, I was like, my issue is for the long time is the alibi. One, about that. She said, and he's once twice another time saying she did. I was like, why do you go to the head? Why the fuck would I be able to protect you? Like, you don't see it around our family, don't really talk. Like, you think it's your fucking kid. So you're like, when you're gonna see what she went through, who she's dealing with, you can see she had a fucking color on her. But now I'm getting, I'm stressed. You guys want to show you after she said this on the board and show. Oh yeah.
And then, you know, if anybody technically come talk to you anything, man, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to you. That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. It's just basically showing this girl was never in my house. And she's like 4 times, and every time she got some dude's house. Her mom knows her mom's playing a certain day and be so yes, I would assume you better know that. I'm saying like you better job, just assume she could tell you damn information.
Right now. Appreciate it. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. Real quick. What's your date of birth? Not low?
Man,
I can see that too. Yeah, phone up.
575.
And I'm going to stop the video at 9 minutes and 41 seconds. Officer Criswell, I know the audio was a little bit muffled at times, but was the defendant asked about whether Zion Foster had been at his house in the days preceding your interaction with him?
I can't remember if I actually asked, or if he was asked if she was over there during the time that she was missing, or prior before. I can't remember, but I do remember talking to him about that she did come over there in the past, but I'm not sure if it was prior to her coming up missing.
Okay. Did the defendant make any claims as to the last time that he had seen Zion Foster?
Yes.
And what was the time that he gave?
It was either May or June of 2020 or one of the days. I would have to look at my report just to get it. But it was a while though. It was a while.
And again, if you could take a look at your report and see if that refreshes your recollection as to the date range.
Yeah.
Having looked at your report, does that refresh your recollection as to when the defendant claimed you have last seen Zion Foster?
Yes, which was May of 2021.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. No further questions.
Cross-examine.
Good morning, officer.
Hey, good morning.
Now, this police run was back in January of 2022?
Yes.
Okay. Did you yourself author a report?
Did I author a report?
Yes.
I think it might have just been my partner who authored the report. Yeah.
Okay, so when you were just refreshing your memory, you were reading from your partner's report, not your own, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you cannot testify to the authenticity of the contents in that report because you didn't author it, correct?
I spoke with my partner and we spoke with each other to get information into the report.
I'm sorry. My question was, you didn't author the report, so you can't testify to the authenticity.
I didn't write it myself, no.
Okay. And you didn't sign off on this report. You didn't sign your name signifying that you adopt the alleged facts in this particular report, correct?
No, we don't sign off on reports. We just confirm it with our partners.
Okay, you confirm it. So there's nothing that you did that was external.
Before our partner sent it in,
okay.
we check it before we send it in.
Okay, you check it.
Yeah.
Okay, is there any way that you can signify to an outside observer that you actually checked this particular report for the authenticity of the contents within?
Outside of my word and my supervisor, no.
Okay. And you yourself, you didn't do any type of supplemental report that would illustrate that you checked this particular report on a particular day, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do you have any notes that would suggest when you allegedly checked this report?
No.
Okay. Do you know what date that you allegedly checked this report?
What day I would check that report?
Yes.
Well, I have no notes or none, so I guess I wouldn't have a specific date for
Okay.
you either as well.
And it's a possibility that you did not even check this report. You just took your partner's word for what he put in the report, correct?
No, that's zero possibility. I definitely checked the report. 100%.
100%. You just don't know when, correct?
It was the day that the report was done.
Okay, and why, if I may ask, did you not author your own report?
Because it was an informational report on what we did.
Okay, but you did something that may have been different than your partner, correct?
Correct. And if I'd have done something significant different from what he did, then I would have done a report on him.
Okay. But you just testified to my client allegedly telling you the last time he seen this individual, and that was from your partner's report, correct?
Right, because I heard it with my own ears as well.
Objection. This entire line of questioning has limited relevance, given that the interaction between these officers and the defendant was entirely captured on body-worn camera. I understand that the audio in the system we're using right now is a bit muffled, but if the court would review this in camera, the video entirely speaks. Yeah, I mean, it entirely speaks for itself, I think.
And I believe, if I may add, the officer, I'm not sure if he heard it or not, can't testify to what he heard or not. But to my understanding, that he couldn't hear exactly when certain things were said, and he had to refer to the report to answer the question.
It speaks for itself. I heard the defendant say he saw her last year.
Okay. Do you think that was of significance when, if you're going to investigate a missing person, if an individual tells you a time frame when they last seen them, do you think that's significant enough to enter your own report if that was said to you?
If me and my partner heard it at the same time, didn't know.
But, okay, do you know what your partner heard? How can you testify to what your partner actually heard?
Because we speak about, as we do our report, as I was a senior officer at that time, so I make sure, I check, and we go through what we both heard, what was observed. If I heard or observed anything different from what he did, especially if it was significant, then I would do my own report. I had enough time on the job to know that.
And how long you been on the job for?
4 years.
As of today or back then?
As of today.
As of today. So that
Back
had
then
been
it was
like
3
that had been like 2.5 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay. And what unit were you in at the time?
I was assigned to platoon 3 at that time.
Platoon 3. Could you describe your duties in that particular platoon at the time?
At the time, we are just patrol police officers. We answer police runs, maybe traffic stops if we see a violation that happens in front of us. Outside of just routine patrol.
Okay. Did you have any particular training in, I guess, witness questioning and evidence gathering?
Yes and no. I wasn't questioning him due to the fact that I didn't think he was guilty or not guilty. So therefore, it was just more of a, he invited information, he gave information, and we just listened.
Okay. At that particular time, was when you entered his house, could he have just walked away from you while you were questioning him? Could he have just turned his back and walked away from you? In your opinion?
And once again, I wouldn't question him. He was volunteering. And two, if he wanted to, he could have said, hey, yeah, just get out.
Okay.
And you would have left.
Thank you. No further questions.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.